It's July of 1948, and in the mountains of western North Carolina, we find Appalachian and Western Railway, Mikado number 12, hauling more materials for the repair work on the Ela Bridge. The AWRY is doing well, and already multiple businesses, including a large grain elevator, are eagerly awaiting the railroad's return to Bryson. The company's owners hope that by September, service will have returned west of Ela. All right. Again, I hope that everybody is enjoying the new style of intro. I know I kind of am enjoying making them. Ignore what you just saw. We're going to talk about that at the end of the video. But so I'm enjoying making those, coming up with sort of the backstory and the lore for our railroad is a really, really fun thing I have found. I can't decide, like exactly how I want everything to go, and I spend forever doing it. And just for me, that's a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing that. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get number 12 back here. And we're going to basically, we'll probably go ahead and build the train to a certain extent. Are these all going to Whittier Sawmill? Yeah, they are. Okay. We'll go ahead and build the train up to a certain extent. Or will we? Okay, let's put all the Whittier Sawmill cars like on this track. And then we will just pull this consist of cars to like right here. Because I'm going to want... Well, we'll put one of these here and that one there. Because I'm going to want that at the very back of the train and that at the front of the train. So... Now you're going to see why I'm doing this just in a moment. Mainly because, so usually the way that I do this, right, is once a milestone finishes, as in the day the milestone finishes, right, the day that the milestone finishes, I will go ahead and purchase the next milestone. That way, the next day, the cars for that milestone arrive here in the interchange. Well, I forgot to do that. So, what we're going to do... What am I doing? Hello? Alright, give me a second. I'm having like the ultimate brain fart. Oh wait, what map features? Oh shoot. I did jump in to sandbox mode a minute ago to fix something that one of my mods broke. That's why. Milestones. Whew. Alright, so I've ordered the 8 cars. Alright, let's make sure that didn't do anything. Okay, no. Whew. Alright, that didn't do anything. Because you can give yourself access to extra bits and pieces of the railroad by doing that. So I wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally hit anything while I was in that menu. Alright, that's far enough, methinks. That's far enough, methinks. Alright, and then number 11 can handle that when she gets back down the mountain. So let's put these two cars here, that car here, and then we'll build our train the rest of the way once we resurface the interchange. Number 12 has absolutely tons of coal. Oh yeah, I'll wait till, well actually I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just jump over to number 11 momentarily. Oh yeah, we need to get number 11 going up the mountain anyway. So I did finally figure out that you just have to put fonts in a folder in logos and deco. And so I'm using some fonts here that I like pretty well. I think it fits the sort of late 40s, early 50s aesthetic of our railroad. We're going to jump up here and get number 11 and her logs up the mountain. Excuse me. But yeah, I just basically went to defonts.com and downloaded a bunch of random fonts, and these are the ones that I chose. I do kind of wish that it didn't affect these numbers, but that's okay. Still looks really good. I really like that font style. You know what? I am not backing all the way back up to here again. So we'll just go ahead and get that put in. Then back these in, and then we will just wait long enough for... Oh, I need to be oiling my truck. Oh, that is also correct. I meant to download another mod before I started recording today. So I will probably do that before we take the mainline train. Probably. So at some point there will be a cut for me to do that. Oh, don't give them a sneak peek yet. Can't give you guys a sneak peek yet. Give you just a little bit of a sneak peek. There you go. That's all you're getting for right now. So I'll get all this stuff set up, get the other mod installed, and get the cars here real quick. All right, so all of our Ela Bridge cars are here, and we have another car from the Georgia and Florida and South Carolina. It's really the Georgia and Florida, but that needs to be put in the back of the train. So there's still going to be a little bit of switching before we can get our mainline train on the move here. But something I wanted to show off, and I think this is a mod that does this, but you can see we actually have I had not noticed that before now. Anyway, you can see we have bridge sections like actually animated here, modeled. That's just a different bridge section, and then this one's in a box, but you know. And then there is no such thing as a bridge seat, only in name. But that's incredible. That looks so much better than a bunch of empty cars going down the railroad track. And if I could remember what mod does this, I would go check for some updates, because there probably have been some updates to it. But I mean, I don't know that. That's very much an assumption. But I would like to check, see if I can figure out what that is between now and the next video, or at least between now and my next recording session, if I don't finish recording this today. This is kind of nice, you know, as this is going down the line to Ela, to be able to look and say, hey, you know, this is loaded, this is progress for our railroad. And then, you know, to look at the empty ones coming up and say, we already unloaded those and it's still progress, same difference, just the reverse. So, we'll see. That'd be really, really fun. But, yeah, so How far has 11 made it up the mountain? 11's pretty far up. You can see it's 10:53, so we're going to be operating a little later today since we spent time waiting on these cars to... Or, let me rephrase that. I had to schedule another thing. I had to schedule the interchange to get served again, and then do it. Okay, so now we want to grab these cars, grab the rest of the train, grab those cars, and then put the caboose on. Also, I decided against using the caboose mod that I was going to use. Here's why. Because my understanding was that it would auto-oil your train. It does not. So that was really the only purpose in using it, instead of just, giving myself an arbitrary rule of having to have the caboose. So, it just sort of would enforce it, but I'm giving myself that arbitrary rule anyway, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, I guess. Okay. Alright, 12 hours left. Okay. I'm going to need to invest in some more repair parts after we repair the mystery in the shed over there. Alright, and then grab the caboose. And we should be good to head out. So while 12's backing up to it, we're going to check the oil. Anything 70% or above, we're just not going to worry about oiling. Which none of these have been above 70%. Holy cow. Are we the only railroad that oils any bearings? Okay, that one's above 70. That one's at 94. That one's above 70. 70, above 70. Number 11's at the top of the mountain. I'm not even worrying about these, since they're just going to the sawmill, which is, a tenth of a mile. It's simply a tenth of a mile there and back. Let me click onto my other screen real quick. I'm like a dunce. Alright. It's going to turn out to be a decently hefty train, I think. Oh yeah, it's actually going to turn out to be a quite the big train. Actually. Alright, come on, 12. We know you can handle it. There she goes. There she goes. Absolutely love that locomotive model. And it's... I mean, I understand it has, 30,000 tons, right? Of tractive. But even still, for a locomotive... I mean, it's like the Southern H4 has 36,000, which... I don't even know why I'm worried about that. Hello? Where it be? There it is. So... F. I don't remember what that is. But anyway, for a locomotive with 30,000 tons tractive effort, it still does really good. Man, this is a big boy train, buddy. This is a big boy train. And it's most definitely going to be a big boy train by the time we get it completely built. And heading down the line. This other locomotive, I am going to go ahead and finish it. And we may give 12 just a break. until we open up Bryson and get her doing all the jobs down around there. Oh, no, not that. That's not where you go. You go to the caboose. Go to the caboose, not to the sawmill cars. Get halfway to Whittier. Get halfway to Ela, and I'm doing a cinematic. It's like, what are those extra cars at the end of the train? Oh, crap. And then have to haul them all the way back up here. That would be, it sounds exactly like something I would do. Sounds exactly like something I would do. But number 13 there will probably be our motive power of choice on the mainline train for tomorrow. Just save number 12's back a little bit. Number 12 is in a little worse state of wear than number 13 is, which is a big reason why number 13 I went ahead and bought it. Again, we'll talk a little bit about number 13 at the end of today's episode. And I don't know, I'm itching so bad to want to tell you guys about it right now. But I'm not going to. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna stick to my guns and do it later. So once we get this hooked up, let's go ahead and oil the 500's bearings. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do let's give it our I don't know why I hadn't done this already. And lettering font will go with that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that looks amazing. That looks amazing. What does this do? Oh no. That's not what I was expecting it to do. Alright, let's get this hooked up. Let's get down to Whittier. Get Stenzel. Okay, so we're gonna have... Well, that was weird. I thought the boxcars were like... that was really strange. What an optical illusion. Let's get number 12 down here, and we'll get everything switched out here, and then we'll get down to Ela and do all the same. Alright, so the AI engineer has just shoved the throttle in and is sort of getting ready to put on the brakes here at Whittier. And, man, doesn't this model just look so good. I know I've done nothing but gush over these models for this making the third video, but man, oh man, oh man, are these models good. Alright, let's go ahead and jump out of the locomotive. I'm gonna oil these guys up and check these. Alright, so that makes everything oiled up nice and tight. Excuse me. Had to sneeze, sorry. And then, boom. We'll pull the speed back down to 10. Alright, so we're just going to have to pull the whole line of cars out tomorrow to replace a car. Which is fine. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm really itching to get opened up to Bryson. So I'm really hoping yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm just really excited. I think Oh man, you know that is still pretty good ways from Bryson. That's halfway back to Ela. So we still may end up switching out the grain silo or the grain mill, feed mill, whatever it's called, with our mainline engine, which is number 13. It may still end up doing that job. I'm not sure yet. We'll just have to wait and see what I decide. It's gonna kind of be a tough one. That's kind of gonna be a toughie. Alright. And then I will do that. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to figure out what I was going to do there. Then we'll back the outbound car to right there. Per usual. I mean, this is sort of standard switching operations up here. You know. Oh. Nothing all that exciting. You know, I haven't even thought about if there's a weather / help. Wait. Teleport stats. Set load set. How about that? There's a lot of them that it doesn't show you though. So I just wonder if there's a way to like change the weather there. Because the old cheat mod that used to be like right up here in the corner of my screen, it hasn't been updated in a long time. Considering the game hasn't gotten an update in a long time and it's been outdated since probably the end of last year, that should tell you something. So we may do a running drop, not on these two cars. But I may do a running drop on that car. Because technically all I have to do is clear this switch so that I can run around the train, or get around it to get back on my train. I guess is the correct term there. Alright, let's see. You know, I just see that's something like Hartman Processing. Because it's in Thomas Valley, like, can I run trains on this track and not own it? Because if I could, that would be a really nice cheeky way to make a little extra cash. But, you know, I mean, and technically we could, like, you know, I could work it into the story, into the lore, and just say, oh, well, Southern Railway, you know, Southern Railway gave us trackage rights to, you know, just to here. This, you know, this is as far as we're allowed to go on Southern trackage, just to, you know, access this. But, I don't know. I might test that out. The only problem is what engine would we use to do it? Because that would just add having to go in the opposite direction. You know, something that's not on our main line to the game, to operations. No, I hadn't even thought about it until I was looking at the map then. So, I might test that out. I might test that out, but if that doesn't occur, don't expect it to occur, basically. Alright, give me manual control. I'm going to do this instead of trying to do it, like, by riding on the train or something. Alright. So that worked. That is so much simpler in the third-person view than it used to be in the first-person view, riding on the train. All right, we can slow down. Yeah, I'm just gonna put some flat spots. I just noticed the bell's not working. Odd. It's not the first time that's happened, though. So, I think if I just exit the game and come back into the game in between clips, I think that fixes it. It did the last time this happened. Anyway, that doesn't mean that it'll fix it this time. But last time this happened, it fixed it. I did also mess with this, so... This is Bell. Man, I had it at 130. Man, okay. Okay, whatever. Wait, where's the compass at? Oh, I see it. I'll be honest, I don't know that I've ever noticed that there's even a compass up there. Honestly. But anyway. Alright, so we're gonna get 12 down to Ela and all that good jazz, and we'll get everything switched out down there and all that. And we should have, let's see, I mean, we're gonna have the whole train of empties plus these two. Perfect. It's awesome. That's awesome. So let's get it down here. Alright, we've gotten down here to Ela, which means it's time for me to... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I've got to click back in. It's time for me to do that, and then we will... Alright, so everything in the back... Trying to figure out how exactly I'm gonna do all this. So we are gonna push it all down there, pretty much. The entire train is gonna get pushed down there. So we'll just set a handbrake here. You know, 20 can handle 12 can handle going 20 all the way around this train, I think. So we'll just leave it set at 20 miles an hour. And then we're going to have to think about purchasing a new caboose as well. Which, if we look in the used market, there's an early wooden caboose that's pretty good, but we're going to need quite the bit of money to buy it. And we've only got like $4,000 in loan that we can take out. And I'd really like to pay this off, at some point. Saying that doesn't mean that it's magically going to happen, though. So, we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. With the purchase of 13, you know, that's kind of screwed us just a touch. And I've got to pay attention tomorrow when we do the last of these. Because when we do the last of the bridge phases, I want to jump ahead. I want to get ahead and go ahead and get the last, or go ahead and get the next day's contracts made up. That way, literally as soon as it's finished, we're gonna be, we're gonna be jumping out there, jumping ahead of it, and getting going, basically. Especially since I bought another locomotive in locomotive number 13. I really want to put 13 to work, and her, have her presence on the railroad be, useful and not a big waste of time and money. It's also going to be a little more strain on the East Whittier yard. And we may end up having to run multiple interchange servings. We may have to service the interchange multiple times a day. There's what the words I'm looking for. Oh, I shouldn't have went there. That gave you a really good clue as to what the locomotive is. But we could no, we couldn't. We could take the paper mill contract. We could take the paper mill contract, but the problem with that is... Oh, man. Hold on. I didn't want to do this yet. What I wanted to do was go down here with number 12 light and grab these and bring them back. Oops. That's unfortunate. Well, crap. Anyway, what I was going to say, though, is if we take that contract, then we're going to have to go down here and either get one of these 50-ton capacity pulpwood car types, or get this 70-ton pulpwood car type. There's a 50-ton logging flat car that I'm not really sure what I'm not really sure what mod gives me that, but okay. And then really I'm going to want another hopper eventually, because we're going to have enough locomotives running around that we're going to need more coal. And I don't want to, be running around low on coal, worrying about, my coal usage, which right now, coal usage is, non-existent. I mean, it is seriously non-existent. I mean, we have used, we've used 6/10 of a ton of coal. So, I mean, I guess it's not non-existent. And that is only running between Ela and Whittier, and East Whittier. So I guess that's not as non-existent as I thought it was. But it's still not as much coal usage as I would have expected from a locomotive this big. I don't know why I could not get up to the cab doing this. Come on, get up here. Get on the train, bud. No, don't jump back in. Oh, man. I guess we're just not riding the tender. But, okay. Excuse me. So, yeah. This really shouldn't be all that difficult for number 12 to handle. I think all of these cars... I think every car that we're going to be hauling back will be empty. Now, we're only going to get paid, though, for 3 cars, unfortunately. Which will be a few $100, something like that. Probably about $150, actually. Alright. Now, something I noticed on the way down here is this wrench. And let's get back up here And alright, hold on. Let's do this. We'll stop the train right here. Also, yeah, there it is. Okay. There's Del Monte whole kernel corn. I'd forgotten about that till just then. But if we get the locomotive up to speed, the wrench moves. The wrench sways back and forth, which is insane. I mean, the detail in this pack is insane. I cannot believe the amount of detail that Marquette Creations, that Luna pulled out of these models. I mean, it is absolutely nuts how well done this is. Also, between episodes, I'm gonna change this from saying Appalachian and Western Railway on all the tenders to just saying Appalachian and Western. And I'll show you why I think that looks better. Excuse me. Because it makes it just a little bit bigger and a little bit more legible. But I'm gonna wait until we, you know, switch days. Don't ask me why. Just that's what I'm gonna do. Excuse me. Alright, that's probably far enough. That's probably good. Let's go ahead, uncouple. That's not very far from where we were going to do it anyway. And then we'll run down here and grab this, and we'll get those in position. We'll get these into position, and then work out the switching here in Ela. Alright. Let's see. Let's bring this down to 10. Because I think, excuse me, I think 15 up into here is pretty ridiculous. So we're gonna grab this car, shunt it into this car, then shunt all of the cars back out here, then reshunt everything into position. Which, you know, time consuming, but that's the only way to do it here. Boom. And then once we get that done, I'm pretty sure, this is bad that I can't remember this, but I'm pretty sure I said that I was only gonna be able to buy cabooses from the used market as well. So once we get Bryson open, we're gonna need a caboose down there, probably. I mean, maybe we won't, because those will be, I will consider those locals though. So there is definitely the possibility that I won't worry about it. I just realized we're gonna have to take that car out too. Oh man, that's irritating. It would be nice in situations like this if there was some kind of code in the game that would make it where they unloaded this car first. Right? Or something. I mean, I don't know. Hey, at least the wheels all roll at a distance still. instead of just dragging along the track when they get so far away. When we do that, we'll just roll the Ela farm supply car up to like right here, just far enough to be out of the way. Then that way we can shunt it back in pretty quick after we drop the house track car. This one I will let it go 15 up through this. And being tiny driver, she'll bounce up to that pretty quick. She will bounce up to that pretty quick. And then we get, like I said, we get this, drop it. Drop these two cars. Drop this, push this one in, pull back, grab that car again. And then we just need to go. This, I think, will be technically far enough. And Railroad are starting to lag again, which is mildly concerning, so I'm going to save the game just in case I have another crash. I don't have to worry about losing a bunch of progress back to the last autosave. And that may be the game autosaving. It's never lagged on autosaves before. But that's not saying that it doesn't now. So yeah, so we're gonna have two cars here, one car at Whittier, and the rest of them So we're not gonna be making a heck of a lot of money for this, are we? That's okay. we can't make money on everything we do, obviously. So never noticed how flat the spikes are in the track. That's far enough. That's far enough. That's far enough. Set handbrake. Uncouple that. I think this will be plenty of distance to push the almost empty farm supply car up in there. I think. I hope. We'll see. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. I would have loved on number 12 on this model to have been able to put a different headlight and the other grab irons on it, but that's okay. Yeah, whoa, that's plenty far enough. I was not paying attention. Glad I wasn't manually running the locomotive, or I would have just slapped it. I would have just wrecked it probably for, not paying attention. That flange squeal, though. Boom. Get her pushed in there. I don't remember what these look like, but I will buy whatever I can, probably. Probably not really going to be all that worried about what type of caboose we get. Excuse me, I would rather not get the steel caboose. But, I mean, if I get a steel caboose, I get a steel caboose. Yeah, it's whatever. Alright, it's in the house track. It's plenty far enough. Just go ahead and stop it. It's in there. So they're $68. We are slowly creeping up to where we shouldn't have to pay. I mean, let me rephrase that. We shouldn't have to take out another loan. We shouldn't have to take out another loan to do that with, I hope. If we do, I mean, you know, if we do, we do. There's nothing we can do about it. But I'm thinking we shouldn't have to. I'm thinking we shouldn't have to. And I hate Hollifield. I hate having to service that, so we're not going with that. It would be kind of fun if you had to deliver, like, logging supplies to Connolly Creek. That would be a fun dynamic. I hadn't even thought about it till just then. Alright, we'll push these cars into here. We're only going to get paid for one of them, which will be this one. I do like the fact now that there's a building for Ela Farm Supply. I do really like that fact now. That's far enough. That's far enough. That's far enough. You don't have to go any farther. Alright. We should get like 60 to 80 bucks for that. 69 bucks. Nice. That's what we like to see. A pretty decent amount of money. Pretty decent amount of money. I mean, we're up to 912 bucks, and I think we started the day out. Yeah, we started the day out at 650 basically. So that's pretty good. Yeah, that's actually really nice. It's a really nice amount of money. The thing that's going to interest me is when we do this, is it going to back all the way out there? Is it going to push forward a little bit and back up right here? Let's see. Let's see what the AI waypoint pathing does. Because I get this weird sneaking suspicion it's going to back it all the way up out to there to bring it back to here. But we'll see. I hope it doesn't, because I really and truly think that will take longer. No, it is going to do that, so we can jump her up to 15 miles an hour. She can most definitely handle that right here. I meant to back out, close the game, and reopen it to see if it would fix the bell sounds, but I didn't do that. So, oops. As our engineer grenades the cylinders for us. We'll end up overhauling 12 at some point, like I've already said, probably 15 times. Alright, push that forward. Come on. Technically, I don't even think I'll get it actually let it hook all the way up to the train. I'm just going to let it push it far enough to get us out of the way of pushing the caboose back into here to then hook those cars up to the train. To then, oh man, you know, that might not have been far enough. I'm going to say it is. Engineer, you can stop blowing your whistle, please. You're not going across the the road crossing yet. as much as I know you want to. Whoa, okay. Oh, wait, didn't I just run? Okay, I guess I glitched through it, I guess. Alright. Oh, yeah, that was plenty of distance. Alright, that's far enough. Set the handbrake on it. Don't crawl up the side of... Don't climb up the side of the boxcar. Thanks. Reroute. I wonder how that works. I haven't even thought about that. I wonder if you can actually route the locomotive a certain way you want to. Oh no, I'll have to play around with that at some point. Okie doke. Boom. Now, grab that. I've got both of the handbrakes set and released neither of them. Cute. Real cute. Excuse me. I think I might possibly be coming down with something. It is that time of year, so hopefully I don't. If I do, it'll be a good thing that I have pre-recorded a bunch of stuff for this series, I guess. Alright, now we grab the caboose and get started back up to Whittier to grab the Stenzel car to take back to the interchange with us. And then we'll get the log train down the mountain and switch out the sawmill and all that good stuff. And finish the day off. And I'll also introduce you to the new locomotive. So that she doesn't jump scare everybody in the next episode, in the intro sequence. There we go. Oh, the lag. The lag. Come on. Just bash the crap out of it. just mash it, son. Holy cow. Okie doke. Come on. Come on. Okie doke. That is everybody set to go. Let's jump up here. Not really sure how far. Oh, well, I'll just stop the train, like. I'll just have her stop, like, right here. That'll be good enough. Let's go ahead and check on number 11. Oh. So those are ready, but these need a little bit more time. An hour? Yep, hour did it. We can also check the used equipment market. Here, here's one of these. Holy crap! For $3,000. I mean, it's pretty awful though, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty rough. Your mom will say it's cute. Wow, what a deal. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Alright, let's go ahead and set number 11 to get these log cars back down to the sawmill. And then, I don't remember, I don't think I showed this, but I went ahead and set these to be scrapped at Bryson when we get that far along. But anyhow, we'll get the cars back down to the sawmill and do a little work down here and get everything set to switch out the sawmill and everything. Alright, so we're getting ready to switch the sawmill out, and that'll pretty much finish the day, other than me, like I said, introducing the newest addition to the Appalachian and Westerns roster, and I'll give you a little sneak peek of it right there. Excuse me. So let's see, let's reselect this real quick, number 11, and then we'll shunt these wood chips back down here into the outflow. Then we'll have to shove this back in. We can then shove these cars in, and that will pretty much do us. We're at $1,099. We made $187 bringing those 3 cars into the East Whittier interchange, which is pretty good. That is pretty good. Number 12. Okay. Let's go up here and handle what I'm wanting number 12 to do, which is basically to just get the caboose off of the train and get it shunted back into position to get it shunted back into position for tomorrow morning. That way we don't have to deal with it. In the morning. And it's not going to be in the way of our morning interchange service. Oh man, the lag again, man. It's so, I never remember Railroader lagging. I don't know if it, okay. I don't know if it's because these locomotives are so customizable and have so many meshes on them. I really don't think so. Oh, there it goes again. Oh man, it is so laggy. Holy cow. Alright. I'm just gonna try and move the camera around as little as possible, I think. It's just, and it's not terrible. It only spikes, which is very, I guess it would be very interesting would be the word for it. Alright, number 12's over there. So we'll select 12 and yeah, there we go. Trying to do that without putting myself in a situation. Alright, so I'm not sure exactly how I'm cutting that, but I ran out of space on my computer, is what caused, like I said, however I handle cutting that, I ran out of space on my computer. That would be why the game was lagging, because I did not realize I had not deleted all of the video clips, or moved all the clips for the last episode off my C drive. So they were all clogging my C drive up immensely. Yeah, so the game literally had no data to run off of. I still feel like this is a lot of cars for this, but I guess it's not. I guess we should be giving the mill plenty enough logs. I say that's still only the number of log cars it needs a day, but that's, I mean, I say that like it's a big deal. I mean, that's not a big deal. I mean, it's better that we give it the number of log cars it needs as opposed to not giving it enough. You know, not giving it enough. It's got 9 hours left. Holy cow. That's nuts. Dang. I may just end up going ahead and skipping through to the start of tomorrow to show off the new locomotive then at the end of the episode. And I may just go ahead. I would like to get these in the interchange though before I do that. I'd like to get all my locomotives set for tomorrow morning before I go to skipping a bunch of time. That's far enough, right? Yeah, that's plenty far enough. I don't even need to come up this far. Alright. Ooh, $275. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Now, there used to be a mod in the game that you know, I think I've just been mistaken all this time. Because I don't think the strange custom slider actually makes a difference. I don't think it actually makes a difference. No, I don't. I actually do not think it does. So we'll just run everything up to 100 and we'll use number 11 sort of as our guinea pig here. As time goes on. I did try it on 13 since it's still not fully repaired and it did not change the visual on it. So, alright, so what I think we'll do is how far out does that go? I think we can run the sawmill cars to right here and it'll be plenty. I think. Maybe. We'll see, though. We shall see. Man, I cannot wait to show that off. I'm really in love with that locomotive already, and I haven't even used it. It hasn't even been used yet. But, like I was saying earlier in the video, I think what I may do is that just become our road locomotive. And we'll give the number 12 a little bit of a break before she goes into service down in Bryson, mainly because she, well, technically actually 13's in better shape, so that's another good reason to sort of hold off on using number 12 as much and to use number 13 because she has a lot more time before she has to be overhauled. Man, number 11 has already clocked 36 miles. That is insane. Well, I can't check really how many miles number 12 has run for the railroad. I would love if you could see how many miles your locomotives had run for you. But considering the used... let's fall through the boxcar. But considering the used locomotive stuff is a mod. There's no, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no provision in the game for, you know, the service odometer not literally just being how long you've owned the locomotive. So, and I'm assuming it probably resets after some amount of time. Maybe. I'm not actually sure, now that I think about it. Now that I think about it. Alright, come on, 11. We can get this pushed in. We can get this pushed in. Forgot about that, where the train just drives through the East Whittier sign with this mod, but that's okay. Yeah, I'd most definitely forgotten about that. Alright, that's far enough. That's far enough. Alright, let's see how much we get for this. See how far we get for this. 343. That's most definitely something I'm not complaining about. And let's just get number 11 to run to, like, right here. And I will... it said it was 9 hours, right? So, 6... Oh, the repairs have been completed, actually. Has the milestone been finished? No, it hasn't. Let's just keep doing this. There it is. Start final phase for $750. So we'll go ahead and order those in. We'll go ahead and order those in. And number 11 is still very far away from where she needs to be, technically. Okay. But either way, we're going to go ahead. Okay. Number 11 still pretty good ways out from where she needs to be, but we're just going to go ahead and sleep anyway. Yeah, that's what we needed. Yeah, that's what we needed. So, we can actually take out more loan now because of that. Alright, let's select number 12. And let's pull number 13 out of the shed. So, we'll start introductions in just a moment. Oh yeah, I was also going to change... Go ahead and change this to say just Appalachian and Western as well. Boom. I just think it looks snazzier being bigger letters. Alright, let's get number 13 pulled out down here to the... pulled out to where I can show her off. And... where I can show her off, and I can water her and everything after we're done. So, I can't actually remember how much I paid for number 13. But it was a pretty good deal. And she has an 89% repair cap, which is incredible for right now. And just look at this magnificent locomotive. I mean, it is incredible, isn't it? It is incredible. I'm in love with this engine. But anyway, well, you'll get to see how she runs in the next video. And I can go ahead, I think, and get her coaling up where she's sitting, I think. Yes, I can. So, alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, do what all the other YouTubers ask you to do. And I hope to see you around again. But even if I don't, I hope you have a wonderful day, and peace out.